All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great New Year's and New Year's Eve. Welcome to 2020. Happy New Year. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing well. Happy New Year, buddy.
Yep. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's.
Hap-
Very exciting stuff. I see we're starting the year off right. A lot of great stuff here on our gappers. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone's having an amazing. Mute that. There we go. Mute that feed coming from YouTube. So good morning, YouTube. Good morning, guys. Happy New Year's as well. My voice is a little shot. I've been so sick over the last 2 days, but feeling a lot better now. So pardon me if I don't sound as clear as a normal day. So all right, let's get to it, guys. As usual, if you're joining us for the first time, we will go over our gappers list in this area here. We'll go over our Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers. Then towards the end, we'll do support and resistance and see what kind of levels we have off our daily chart. In between that, we'll have some announcements. We'll also talk a little bit about the SPY, kind of talk about what's some significant news that can affect our trading day. So we'll speak on what's going on with the markets in that area. And we do this every morning, 8:30 Eastern time on trading days. We'll come on here. Our chat room is open for those are our new members. We're open usually around 7:30 or so, between 7:30 and 7 o'clock, I believe. We're open. I think today we opened up a little bit later, but we're on there. You got the Squawk audio. You can hear some news and hear what's going on there. And some members are in the chat, discussing possible ideas and plays. So with that said, let's look at the SPY and see what we have going on here. All right, very nice.
Yeah,
Norm, talk to us.
Carl, I was actually a little bit surprised. One of our longtime members that's very active, known as Master Chief in the chat room
Hugo.
yesterday, texted me. Hugo texted me. Happy New Year, whatever. And turns out he's been sick as a dog, and so I hope he feels better. But I was like, get some rest. Market will probably be quiet the next couple of days anyway. Be ready to roll on the 6th. And to my surprise, when I woke up this morning, the SPY is up 2/3%, which is a pretty large gap for the SPY on decent volume. So a little bit of a New Year's gift, I guess.
Yep.
So we'll see. Maybe we might have some good stuff to trade. We just had jobless claims come out right before we came on. They came in at 222,000 versus an estimate of 225. So roughly in line. That really not doing anything with the markets right now. Gold, I think, pulled back a little bit on that news, as our Squawk mentioned. And so, news is rather quiet the next couple of days. Well, we've got manufacturing PMI at 945 this morning. Tomorrow, we actually do have some news coming out, manufacturing index and construction spending. And then, of course, since we have turned the page on the month of December, we'll get motor vehicle sales scattered throughout the day tomorrow. So that's what we got going on right now. I really, like I said, I anticipate the market really to pick back up on Monday, but this is a nice surprise.
Yeah, it sure is. I was not expecting this to be happening today. Also, our gappers list. I mean, it looks very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that as well. All right, folks. So let's start over here with our top one this morning, up quite a bit. SAVA. Now, is this a low flow stock? I just want to double check. I know this was active on
16 million.
16 million. Yep, on the lower side. So we're going to put this all the way down here because it is a low flow stock, so we want to be aware of it. So SAVA, low flow for today, looking pretty good. 1.7 million shares traded, guys. So it's quite a bit on here. This thing is moving. Great pre-market activity. Look at this action we're getting now. With some decent volume. So the daily chart is a little funky though. The last couple of days, it was somewhat good here. He has been getting a little, just a little, not concerning, but again, just a little crazy. Not usually what you see on a daily chart. So again, we ramped up pretty nice all the way up to $7. Had a pretty decent pullback down to back to around $5. Found support there around the high of one of these daily charts. And then now we're gapping up again 38%. So again, this was very active, great volume, good pre-market activity. But again, just be cautious. It is on the lower side, 16 million shares float. At the moment, you do have short selling restriction, but we do have an inventory for short on this one. So we'll keep it on there. It looks very attractive at the moment. RAD, what do we have going on here? So RAD's just been on fire, guys. This thing has given us a little bit of everything. So at the moment, we got some good pre-market activity. 495,000 shares trade. As you can see over here, we're up 11% this morning on this stock with some decent pre-market activity. Now, this is right. The pre-market activity, I noticed at some points, is not all that great, but at the open and throughout the intraday has been giving us a good possible play. So again, don't be fooled by the pre-market being a little quiet. At the moment, even though we got some great volume, it doesn't move a lot, like as you see, like SAVA, where you have a lot of activity happening here. But this one's been trading very well, so definitely worth watching this morning. And these people had some, I think, some positive news that's just been continuing on. They had a huge short float at one point. I'm not sure what it is now. What do we have here? Still pretty high.
As of last reporting, it's 27%. Yeah, which is still pretty high. But as a reminder, that data came out on the 15th of December. We're getting close to the next release of data in a few days. Well, I mean, it's longer than that, but that'll be for the last day of trading in December. But that won't come out for a little bit. So we've still got December 15th data on that.
Yeah. Well, we'll be great. No, we'll keep a note on this. We'll be great to see how this number is affected now that we had this huge run up all the way up to 27 from $8. So that's a nice big of a pop there. All right, so that's RAD there. Let's look at AMD this morning. What do we have here? AMD 700.
Hey, you called it RAD, my man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm back on track. See, this stock is gonna stay here until I get it right. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So here we have.
So you're saying it's gonna drop off now?
It might drop off next week. We'll see. So here we have AMD up 2.3 this morning, 704,000 shares trade. That's the kind of volume we like to see on AMD. Although you have this huge block trade here of 165, this is still amazing volume. So that's a very active stock. Kind of looks like it's following the SPY a little bit. If you look at the daily chart, AMD has been trading very well. We have a bit of a pullback here, like we did with the SPY. So everything else is doing the same thing, and now we're popping up quite a bit today. So again, AMD is worth watching this morning. I think when you see that type of volume, I always say that 700,000 for AMD on the pre-market is a type of volume you want to see for a very active stock. This stock always gets the volume, but when you see that 700 plus pre-market activity, well, good things can happen. You know, you got the market obviously very strong today, opening up not as expected for the first day of the year, coming off a holiday, New Year's Eve. So BABA we have on this list as well. Also very similar to what the SPY is doing. We got the nice, beautiful run up, a small pullback here and back towards the high here of BABA. I think this is also all-time high on BABA, or no? Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go. Yeah. So again, coming back towards these recent highs, at least on BABA, we're up quite a bit, 2.3 with some okay volume. Pre-market activity, though, is not looking all that great, but BABA tends to not have the best pre-market activity starting out off the gates. It is a nicey stock, so let's hope this gets better as the market opens. Next, we have MU. We have not seen MU here in some time. AMD has made a few appearances, but not MU. MU at the moment, great pre-market activity right now, 162. We were up 2%. Again, similar daily on this one. Not as great as AMD. This one was stuck in a very choppy area between October and December. Actually, even more than that. If we go back to August, just look how choppy it has been. So today we're popping up 2.2. Again, I think the market is dragging a lot of this stuff north this morning. But again, this could be a good one to watch as well with some
this one is so AMD and AMAT got price target boost out of Nomura Instanet. So that's what's popping AMD, and I think this MU is a sympathy move off that, just on the general chip cycle news.
All right, excellent. So we'll definitely keep an eye on these two today. Next, we have our good buddy Tesla, which has not disappointed at all. Let's see what's going on with Tesla. So this morning, again, nice pop. Also looking pretty much like the markets, right? You got the pullback here and then the pop now. But very active. But the great thing about Tesla, the intraday trading has been amazing, has been very, very clean. If you go back and look at all these days here, you have had so many opportunities to trade. We had a beautiful short 2 trading days ago, and then also here we had a very nice trading day on that was Tuesday, I believe. So again, Tesla worth watching, guys. Hitting all-time highs. Yep, go ahead.
They've got a catalyst this morning as well. They got a price target upgrade out of Canaccord Genuity, I believe, from 375 to 515.
Wow.
So
That's aggressive. Some people believe it shouldn't even be up here right now. So that's that's interesting how they're getting that number. But anyway,
Well,
Tesla has
they're discussing trends in EV growth here in the next near term. So
yeah. So again, this is looking very interesting. Again, you can see how Tesla has just been ripping since it gapped up with the news of the new Cybertruck and all that stuff going on, plus everything else they have happening. So again, worth watching. Great pre-market activity, and aside from that, the intraday trading has been amazing on Tesla. All right, so let's get down to Norm. What do you like this morning? Actually, no, Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers. Let's run through these real quick. We already have a great list. I'm not even looking forward to the Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers, but let's go through it.
Fly through it.
Yeah, IMPX. We know IMPX, FCEL are garbage. SAVA we have on our list. OTNX guys, these are the users that are on here. Garbage. AMD we have. SESE. I think this is garbage too. But let's see what it's doing today. Today we got some activity out of it, but this is the type of stock that we've seen gap up before. It doesn't trade very well, but this pre-market activity is looking nice though. I gotta admit, this is looking okay. Let's look at what the flow is on this one. 1 point. Yeah, it's a low flow, very low flow, 1.3. So we'll throw it down here. All right, Nasdaq ETF IPHA. This one is nothing interesting. It's got 439. It's popping up 24%. But again, just look at this pre-market activity. Look at this daily. I don't like the way that's happening. OCGN, also one that's garbage. Apple. Let's look at Apple. See what Apple's doing today. I love Apple. Apple's good. Let's add Apple down here. No, I'm probably sure you're going to.
I've got Apple on here. It's not a huge gap, but it is gapping up all-time high. It looks like it wants to go for 300. So
yeah, I figured you would have that on your list. I mean, this Apple has just been so strong. It's incredible. So Nasdaq gainers, SES. We looked at RCON. This one. Again, it's got some volume, guys, up 37%, but we got such a nice list here. I don't want to deal with this stuff today. Not for the New Year's, not for the first day of the year. Let's avoid this crap. This is the horrible daily chart. It's just, let's just move on. TRIL, excuse me. This one also here, not a great pre-market activity. BIMI, also one that comes up here often. DMTK, no good. FCEL on this thing as well, not great. MDGS, I believe, is also one that, look at this daily. I mean, look at this stuff. Just avoid this. JG also not looking great. So not a lot going on in Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers. And the reason is I've noticed that too. We see the same kind of stocks on here right over and over again. So we just ran right through those. Norm, we have Apple. I know that's on your list. What else do you have this morning that you like?
It is on my list. Nvidia's looking nice. And then Roku, despite my hatred of their current TV commercial, is looking nice this morning as well.
Roku has a new TV commercial, you said?
Oh my God, it's awful.
I have not seen it. Cannot wait. Is it a Peloton awful or worse? That's the question.
No, it's worse. You ever see if you ever travel out of the country and you go to like a developing country and their quality of production is not quite up to what we're used to seeing. My wife thought it was like made in I don't know, the Philippines. I'm not dissing the Philippines. Just it culturally, it's a weird commercial. So
Yep. All right, we'll definitely have that on here today. It's got some good volume already, 80, 88. It should be hitting 100 pretty soon and hitting our gappers list. So again, Roku has also been trading very nice, so worth watching this morning as well. All right, guys, so let's look at the chat, see what we have. Let's start over here with Ursilia. Ursilia has RAD and Tesla. We have those. Yep, definitely should add Apple Ursilia. I think it's going to be a good one to have as well. Very active. Greg is giving us NIO. Possible continuation. Yeah, NIO was incredible. On the day, actually, you called it out, Norm. I didn't have this on my list, but you called it out as possible. And this thing just took off very nice. So today could be a continuation. I do like the pre-market activity. It's got some great volume, guys. 2.4. We're definitely going to add this one today. I think this one can get some movements. And they have some positive news, a positive catalyst that came out a couple of days ago. So that's been helping it. So it's not just moving just on technicals. It does have a catalyst on here as well. CGC. Yeah, the POS stocks last week. No, I'm saying last week, but I think it was this week. The POS stocks last week or this week, yeah, they were just taking off. It was the last trading day, right? They all did this. CRON, CRON, APHA, they all were just, again, not sure what the news was, but overall that whole sector was very active. And if you look at the pre-market activity, there was no indication, no gapping up, no pre-market activity action. So something just came out on the last trading day that caused this pop. So yeah, possible continuation on here, guys. Pre-market is actually looking okay, not great, but you do have some nice volume. What I like about the way this is setting up, look at the area of resistance we're sitting on right now. If we can get above this 2150, look at all the room we have to run here. All the moving averages are on the bottom here. At least these three. The 200 is probably all the way up there. And what else we got going on? So yeah, so we have some room here on CGC. This is a good pop, so I'm going to keep this on here. I think we got some potential on that area. Now, Norm, are you aware of any significant news in that area that's causing this move?
On which one?
This will be CGC, or the pot sector.
You know, I have not dug into it, but I know a number of states, Illinois being the largest, had as of the first, pot's legal there. So I'm wondering if that might have something to do with it. There might be other news out there, but I have not seen anything.
Okay. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. All right, so on what else we have here in our chat? Okay, Microsoft. All right, let's look at Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft is a go. I personally, Microsoft tends to trade a little choppy for me compared to like an Nvidia, Roku, Apple. You know, these tend to run Tesla a lot better, a lot cleaner. But yes, Microsoft is in play, guys. I mean, look at it. Look at the pop. It's up 1%. We are hitting this last area of resistance here, so that's good. Pre-market activity is not going to look great for Microsoft. It usually does not, but does not mean they cannot trade very well. So definitely add Microsoft to your list. I'm not going to put it on mine just because I think I'm going to look at these other ones like, you know, like a Tesla, Apple, Nvidia, Roku. I think those are a better fit for my style of trading and the strategies that we teach. So but yeah, definitely Microsoft could be a good one. LK, let's take a look at that one. LK has just been insane. Look at the rip here. Has not really looked back, and every time it consolidates, just rips higher. So we had another consolidation here, and then another rip after 3 green days. So it seems a bit extended, like we just might head sideways here, but we do have some volume. It is up 1.8, so we should be hitting our scanners if it gets above 2. On the fence on it. Let's put it down. I think it can be a possible. We could definitely do some levels for it, but it does look a little bit extended on the daily. But again, the market is strong. Does not mean that this thing cannot rip and head any higher. Obviously, this stock has been doing very, very well. What else we have, guys? NVCN. This one, we had it, I believe Brian traded this last session. I mean, he did very well on this one. Could be a possible continuation. Looks, oh man, 345 just in this one candle here. So that's a little bit concerning, guys. That's a lot of volume just in that one candle. So I'm not sure what you're going to get out of this one. I do not have shares for short, and I will not be trading this stock on the long side. It's just too risky. I think it's already it's done its move. It did what it had to do when it gapped up and kind of sold off for the rest of the day. Do we have, what's the float on this one also? Yeah, also very low flow stock. So I think it's a good low flow for as a possible. But just want to be cautious here, guys. I think this thing might be done, and the fact that you got all this volume in this one candle, that could be that's not attractive to me. That could be dangerous. So just be careful with that one. Oh, thank you, Jav. So they announced an offering. Yeah. So if they announce an offering, I'm not even going to watch it. Usually that type of news does not trade well. Again, not saying that it cannot have an amazing open, but usually I just stay away from that. All right. Let's see what else we have. WDC, and then we'll see what YouTube has, what their chat. Yeah, WDC has a great daily. Nice consolidation here. Nice breakout over areas of resistance. This could get going. Doesn't quite have the volume just yet. But again, it is setting up nicely on the daily. This could be a possible. We'll throw it on here. Might not make our final list if it does not get better, but the daily does look good. All right, what do we have on Facebook? So NIO we have, LK we have. FCEL is not garbage, Tobias says. Tobias been with us for some time. He always logs on to our YouTube feed there, so thank you for that. So let's check FCEL again. So FCEL, no, you're right, it's not garbage. It is active. What's the flow on FCL? It is not garbage.
It's a large float. It's 126 million.
Yeah. I mean,
it has been on a tear the last few days.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been on a tear. I personally don't like this one. again, lower price stock with that type of flow, they just don't seem to trade very well. Let's look at the intraday from last trading session. Let's go back and see how we did here. So they had a good intraday trading, but again, typically that's not how they trade. So again, if you want to watch this one, you can. I prefer to trade something a little higher priced, like RAD, MU, Tesla, Apple. It's just these, again, guys, there's nothing wrong with this, but for me personally, this just doesn't trade as I like to see it. Our strategies usually don't work all that well with these type of stocks. Their price action is a little bit harder to read, especially when you see all this volume. Something about so much volume on a lower price stock just makes it difficult, even for the level 2. I'm not sure if you guys notice that, or is it just my bias? But Norm, if you've seen that, I know Thor uses the level 2 a lot. We use the level 2 quite a bit in our community, and it's just it's something about it.
Part of it is it looks like you've got big orders sitting there on the level 2, when in reality, some dude with a Robinhood account that's on PDT can trade those what look like massive orders. I mean, so
just again, the price action is a little bit harder to read on this, but I agree, guys. It's not garbage. Definitely Rampart Singh. I'm with you, man. I don't think it's garbage. I think it's worth watching if this is your type of style, right? Not our type of style of trading, but if that's your style, man, go for it. Put this on your list. I'm not going to have it on mine, especially on a day like today. Now, let's say today we only had 2 stocks here, and probably one low flow. I would definitely throw this on my list, right? We'll try to get something out of it. But when we have a day like today, when the stock is ripping, we have some really good stocks that have been known to trade very well. I'm going to be picking and be watching some of these ones that we have had some good history on as well. So keep that in mind also. All right, what else we have? Anything else on YouTube? We have good morning. Andrew is on YouTube. He's getting his system fired up. What else we have? SES. So we looked at SES. The issue with this one is, guys, it doesn't trade very well. We have traded this one before. We looked at it before. It had a beautiful pop here, but it's one of those stocks that just doesn't trade very clean. This morning is very active. Pre-market looks good. It's got some good volume, up 90%. But again, this is one of those stocks that's just overall, even on the daily, you can see doesn't trade very well. Does not mean, now, what tends to happen with these stocks, they'll trade very good in the pre-market, and we don't trade pre-market here, and then at the open, they'll just decide to do something really strange in regards to price action. That cannot be the day today. But again, just going back to what we have here, we can only watch so much. I think the numbers of stocks we have here are going to be trading a lot better. So again, SES is active. I think you just got to be very cautious in trading that stock. FCL, it does look extended. It does look extended on the daily, but again, the market is strong today, guys. So a lot of stuff looks a little bit extended, and it doesn't mean that it might not have a good day. It could still rip depending on how the market opens up today. All right, so keep that in mind when you're having these stocks in your list. All right, what else, guys? I think that's it. I think we have a pretty good list this morning. Let's go back to CGC. CGC we have on our list is looking great. I mean, I think a nice squeeze will be great here out of CGC above this 21. 60-50 area. All right, let's go over to announcements, and we'll come back and do some support and resistance, and we'll look at some other stocks that we did not have on our list. We'll look back. We'll go back and look at FCL, guys. I know you guys are mentioning that stock. We'll look at SES as well again, one more time before we finalize our list. All right, let's get here we go.
All right, guys. We'll hit this real quick because just an update reminder. We sent out an email. Our success webinar, since we took the holidays off last week, we didn't want to skip 2 weeks. So we do have success webinar tonight. It is moved. It's usually at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. It is 8 p.m. tonight due to the holiday. My man Carlos will be talking about goal setting. So we'll dig into that a little bit later. And then, of course, trade review will be at noon in the classroom with Eamon. Hey, Andrew. Good morning. All right. We still have our holiday promotion going on, 40% off a lifetime one-time payment membership. You can use the promo code HOLIDAYS19 at checkout, and that will apply whether it's with DAS or without 3-month DAS. Speaking of DAS, the long-awaited replay feature for DAS is released. Carlos, I'm going to let you discuss this one because you have been one of the testers from the start on this, but we begged them to do this, and it is currently available. And correct me if I'm wrong before you go into it. It is available on the BBT sim only, correct? Not with brokers or anything of that nature?
Yep, that is correct. So the BBT demo version, we do have the simulation package available. I'm going to get the link now from the forum. Or Abby, if you could get that for me, that would be great. And post it on both chats. Guys, it's an amazing feature. Eamon and I have actually been testing it for about a month or so and giving some feedback back to Das. And guys, it is amazing. To be able to simulate your trades in the platform that you're using to actually trade live, there's a lot to be said about that. This is why, again, this is why we use Dash Trader Pro, because the simulation is as real as it gets. And now you can go back and simulate any previous day or go back to the open. You have the pre-market stuff. You can see the price action. The only thing it doesn't have right now is the level 2. Obviously, there's some developing and programming that's going to take place to get that going, and they're working that for the phase 2. But as of right now, you can look at the actual price action. You can look at the time in sales. You can look at the different time frames, 5, the 15 minute, on the setup that you actually have. So you're on your main screen, on the layout you're using now, you can actually go and simulate any previous trading day. So again, guys, the pros do this. The pros go back and look at tape. They look at, to be able to see what happened in real time again and study. That is the way to be able to, improve your trading. So definitely check it out. If you are on the BBT demo Dash Trader version, go on to the link that Abby just sent. You can go on there and I'll go over video instructions on how you can use it, how you can set it up, and please give me feedback. I want to know a feedback on what you think, any features that we can add, or any bugs, because again, it is a beta version, so be patient with it. There might be some things you run into that me and Eamon did not run into that we can improve on. So give us that feedback either on the forum, send me a message, send me an email, carlos@bearwoodtraders.com. We're gonna compile it and send it to Dash. We don't want to send Dash all the bugs or emails directly, because we might repeat ourselves, right? I want to make this as smooth as possible and kind of fine tune it that way. Go ahead, Nor.
Yeah, so thank you, Carlos. And then Andrew's going to dig a little bit deeper into this later today, but we do have success webinars set up through the month of January, and there are some really awesome presentations that we're going to have. As I mentioned, Carlos is going to discuss goal setting tonight, 8 p.m. In the Lifetime chat room, and discuss goal setting and is it helpful, harmful, and go through that. Next week, we have Randy Howe, which is trading psychologist. Andrew will go more information into that as well. Chart log IQ, this is awesome. We have a couple of guys that actually created a really great journaling feature that are members of Bear Bull Traders. Chart log IQ is their software that they created, and they will be discussing it on January 15th. And I'm really looking forward to January 22nd. We've got our own member, Naz, and Andrew will be discussing day trading options. Naz has had some amazing performance since he has switched over and been doing some options, so they'll be diving into that. I look forward to it. Andrew's going to have meetups in Seattle on January 18th, excuse me. And also, if you're watching us on YouTube, if not tried us out in the room and would like to do so, you can use the discount code PREMARKET24 and get a week in the chat room at a discount. Does not auto-renew or turn into any other kind of membership. Also, if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, you'll be notified whenever we go live with new content. Thank you.
All right, excellent. Guys, so here is our watch list so far. We have quite a bit. Andrew's on already, so I know he's got some stuff to update us on. He hasn't been on for a while with traveling, so we're happy to have him back. So what we're going to do is we have RAD here, guys. Looks very good. AMD is very active. We do have BABA also not as active in the pre-market. Actually, no, take that back. Volume is starting to come in, so it is very active now. Up 2.1. MU, we do have Tesla and Apple. So this is our main watch list right now. We have some really good possibles down here as well. Andrew's going to come on now and kind of fine tune this list a little bit and give us an update on some of the stuff he's got going on. And then if we have some time towards the end, we'll come back and do support and resistance levels. Good morning, Andrew. How you doing? Oh, I think you muted it now, Andrew. I see you talking on the...
Good morning, everyone.
There we go.
Good morning, everyone. Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, clear.
Excellent. So thank you so much, guys. Happy New Year. I am so excited to be back. I'm not really sure about this internet that I have, but you should be able to see my screen and you should be able to see my camera as well. I just wanted to say, guys, I really miss you. It's been a while that I haven't traded. What are these charts? What are these levels? I don't remember any of these. So hopefully
Class 2, Andrew, Class 2.
So what is pre-market, by the way? Yeah, so no, that's great. So I wish everyone a happy holiday, a new year, of course, and I hope the year would be a year that you achieve a lot in your life, guys, and for your family. So yeah, so I'm in Mexico for a week, and I should be able to trade almost every day, just to spend some time with family. It's really nice here. In terms of announcement that you did, Carlos, I think as you mentioned, I mean, the success webinar has been great. I mean, next week we have, so tomorrow, today is you, because we didn't want to really skip a day. It's usually on Wednesdays, but because Wednesday was New Year, so we have today. Carlos is going through that webinar. Next week we have this, let me see, actually I have the presentation bringing it on. Next week we have a trading psychologist. I mean, and it's not Dr. Brett Steenbarger, because Dr. Brett is really busy, and we asked him to come and give us some stuff, but he's just way too busy to do anything for us. And he suggested a couple of other people, and we found another trading psychologist that he has actually done a lot of work on trading psychology and trading performance. So he's gonna next week come. His name is Randall Howe. And he's been around for a while. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen him, probably seen his presentations and stuff. So in YouTube. So that's a great one. And the week after, we have two traders, and that's actually a very, very, very interesting situation that I'm actually very proud. So let me actually share that with you guys. So the week after, on January 15, we have two traders. That actually they met first in the forum. That's an amazing thing about our community. They met in the forum, and they said, you know what? Why don't we have a tool to really effectively journal our trades? Based on how this community trades. And I don't think they ever met actually. Both of them were, in the product development and programming and software development, and they decided to actually produce produce something for themselves and chart like I think that's .io. And they actually came up with a really great product. And that's a power of a community that, two people that they don't know each other, they come and actually design something for themselves. And now it's so powerful that they want to introduce it to the community. So that's actually something that, we decided to have 1 hour for them to come and they present how they do the journaling, and they introduce their platform. And then the week after, for January 22nd, Nas, all of you know Nas in Twitter and in the chat room. He's been trading with us for almost 2 years now, more than 2 years. And he still trades equities, but for higher price stocks like Apple, Amazon and stuff, he trades options. He found a strategy that they trade options with them. And he's sending all of his results to me, and his result has been amazing. So that's why we decided to really have him to come and talk about how he's trading options. So it has two parts. The first part, I go through the options, the basic of options. What are the calls, what are the puts, and how what are these stuff that you should know. And then the other half, he talks about his strategy and how it trades. It's not going to make you an option trader. So you're not going to be an amazing option trader after that, but I think it's an amazing thing for you to really start, getting, yourself way into trading options. And again, it's not an advanced class. There's so much that we do not cover about options, but there's so much to learn and see how it works as a stepping stone. All right, so yeah, we're looking for a really great 2020. And if everyone has any question, or if there is any topic that you think can be valuable to the community, please feel free to reach out to us, and we're happy to schedule something for you guys. So it's very, very important to have this, very diverse and all from the community. So we really don't want to just have this success webinars. To a couple of people to come and just do the same thing over and over and over. So if there is any topic that you think can be valuable to the community, just send an email to us. We're happy. We're happy to read it, put it there. So this side, so let's let me. So are you guys done, finalized with your watch list, Carlos and no?
No, we haven't done the levels yet, so we can run through that now.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So bring this back over here.
So I stopped sharing my screen then.
Okay, I'll start mine up now.
All right, and I'm actually excited to see you in Seattle, by the way, just before you go. If you guys in YouTube, you don't have to be a member. If you want to come and join us, feel free to join us on Seattle. The information is posted in the links in the comments, and everyone is welcome. You don't have to bring a friend if you want. If anyone is interested to meet a bunch of traders, just bring them.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, so let's start at the top. Again, RAD has been on fire. Great pre-market activity right now. Continues to rip. Look at the volume, 770 and climbing. So as far as levels, I think we have quite a bit on here. The only one I'm going to mark at the moment is the high of the pre-market. If you look at the daily right now, the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days are basically creating some really good levels for us towards the bottom, especially right towards the top. You only have the high from 2 days ago. You can mark the bottom of this gap up here, and then and the one of the top of the high of this day here, 2381. That's some possibles if it can get going. Again, that's a long stretch. I don't think we have the strength to do that today, to get all the way up there, but this thing has ripped up very well, and you can see it has been very strong over the last couple of days, giving some back here in the last 2 days. Obviously some good profit taking. If you're sitting at $7, you hit 23, you are going to take some profits, but we're bouncing back nicely today with a good pre-market action at the moment. So I think this is worth watching. And if you look at the intradays on all these days, it has traded very well and given us some good opportunities. Here we have AMD. We haven't looked at AMD in some time. It has had a couple of days where it has been trading very well. The few that in between are not so great, but today they're hitting this resistance area all the way up here. Let's remove these levels first, get some space. All right. All the way up here at around 47.34. So again, if we can get towards that level, I think we have a good opportunity to squeeze towards 48. Pre-market activity right now is a little bit flat compared to other stocks that we have on our list, but we do have some serious volume, guys. 904,000 shares traded so far, and we know that when AMD has that type of volume, it usually is going to be great at the open. So let's hope that we get some good activity out of, I'm sorry, not MU, AMD this morning. High of our pre-market, we seem to be getting some resistance right now at 47. So we'll mark 47 now. Also around this area here, around 46.95, we're definitely seeing some congestion here, about trying to get above that right now in the pre-market. Towards the bottom, guys, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, plus moving averages, previous day close. Again, just a lot of support down there. I don't think you need to add any more levels. I think with the 47, you're good, and we're looking to get towards this 48 if the market is going to be strong and continue to rip the way it's doing now. Here's BABA, guys. BABA, again, pre-market activity is not usually the greatest on BABA, but we do have some good volume. 250 at the moment. We're up 2.1. I think a lot of these are just moving with the market, but if the market is strong and is ripping and these stocks follow suit, you can find opportunities. Similar to AMD, as you can see, the nice rip, pull back over the last couple of 2 days, and then now we'll back up, gapping up about 2% or so. As far as levels, we have this one here, 216.90, which is our high of our pre-market. Also an area that we have tested when we had this beautiful uptrend down here. We tested at 216 perfectly, and we held off before gapping up towards that 218. So I'm going to mark that down as well. Then towards the bottom, guys, the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, very similar to AMD. You have plenty of support here, moving averages towards the bottom on BABA. Here's MU. So MU, again, has not been trading as clean on the actual intraday, right? So it's been a little bit choppy, very difficult to read the price action. So at the moment, very similar to what all other stocks are doing. We have the pullback here, and now we have the pop. We're gapping up 2% with some decent volume. 220,000 shares for MU is quite a bit. So we have 56.12 is our resistance here. High of our pre-market at 54.98, and the low sitting slightly below 54.32. So right on there. And then below that low of the pre-market, we have some good highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, plus some moving averages. Previous day close for MU as well. Here's Tesla, guys. Tesla, we definitely want to keep a close eye on. Definitely has been a favorite to trade. Aside from it ripping up like this, like it has been in the pullback, if you look at these intraday trades, it has given us some great opportunities at the open and also in the mid-morning, and even sometimes towards the close of the day. So again, keep Tesla on your list. I think it's worth watching. All the news and buzz they got going, plus the market being strong, this thing has created a lot of great opportunities. So as far as levels, we have some from the previous trading session that still look pretty good. 396.23, 385.68, all the way down here. I don't think we're heading in that direction. Above that, the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, previous day close. We have the famous 420 level here, 430, and also we have the 435, which is an all-time high at the moment for Tesla. They also, Nora mentioned this morning, futures joining us, they had an upgrade from an analysis all the way up to for analysts all the way up to 5 something. So again, very aggressive number. So they're gapping up quite a bit today, but I believe the market also has something to do with this this morning. Apple, guys, hitting all-time highs in a doing it in a nice way, gapping up almost 1%, making new all-time highs. So I'm going to mark that down here at 296.75. And then all you need to do is mark down the low of the pre-market. Aside from that, previous day close, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days from this consolidation period are giving you some good support and resistance right on there. Don't need to add any more. And then if we decide to drop all the way down here below that 290-ish level, which I don't think that's going to happen, you do have your 285.23, 288, 282.04, and 278.69 on there. All right, so we have some possibles here. NVIDIA. It's a great possible, but again, I think I'm going to watch the ones that are like a Tesla or an Apple instead of NVIDIA today. I think Roku is a good one to watch, so I'm going to remove NVIDIA. We'll watch Roku. NIO, guys, I think it's worth watching NIO. This thing has been trading very nice, some seriously good volume, has a catalyst that has been doing very well, so I think it's worth keeping on our list. Let's remove some of these levels. Right now, the highs and lows from the last 2 trades are creating a lot of support and resistance here. We have the previous day close right slightly below where the price action is right now. So I don't think you want to get this too congested in here. Now, I do like the high of the pre-market. I'm going to mark that down. We had a nice rejection of that 415 during the pre-market, so we dropped there. So mark that on there as well. And then we'll see if the pre-market creates any more levels of resistance. Oh, did that get deleted? There it goes, 415. But right now, the highs and lows are your best bet when it comes to levels. Previous day close. If we go back over here, look at the previous day close, how it's being tested there. Again, look at this consolidation time here. Let me get this a little smaller. Here we go. Look at this consolidation, not consolidation. These pivot points that are happening on this daily chart, also kind of in line with the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. So I think those are going to be major support and resistance levels for NIO. CGC is another one that has, I think, a good potential. I'm not going to put it on my main list because it's just too many to watch. And as we get closer to 9:15, we'll start fine-tuning this a little bit. But what I like about CGC, guys, is the area that it's sitting on right now. If we can get up, and it looks like we're squeezing, right? We broke out of this 21.57, what was the high of the pre-market at that time, and the area of resistance on this daily chart. And then we're coming back, we're testing it. Let's see if we can hold here. If we can hold, this can be a great opportunity for a long. So just keep an eye out on CGC. We do have the next level here, 22.52. Nice area of resistance there. You can see that it being tested there on a nice drop. And also within here you have several days opening and closing around that 22.52. Above that you have a very clean 23.74 level as well. Look at the support that after we broke through it now became resistance. We see that so often in our daily charts, guys. Look at the support, bounces back, breaks through it, now it becomes resistance, and then we got the breakdown. So again, 23.74 is a great level to have towards for CGC. On this one, I am long biased, not long biased, but I think a long move here looks better than a short. You do have a lot of room to run if we can squeeze above these levels. I don't think CGC has a large short float. Trade Ideas is not reporting, but I don't think they have one from what I checked last time with you guys. So we'll see what that does there. LK, guys, I don't like the pre-market activity too much, and LK has been doing very well on the daily. It might be a little too extended the daily chart. I have a couple of green days on there, so I'm going to remove this one on here. But again, this could be a good one for a possible later on today. WDC as well, guys, didn't get the volume coming up on 917. We still don't have great volume on it. The daily looks great. But again, given what we have today, on a regular day, some of these stocks will be amazing. They could create their own watch list. But today, when we have so many stocks that are trading well, we just got to be a little bit picky and take some stuff that doesn't look that great and take them off. Now, for me personally, these two here are low flow stocks. SES is almost a million shares flow stock, so I'm going to remove it for today. SAVA also, I think this is the better of the low flow stocks that we have. This has 2 million shares traded, up 34%. And even though this daily charts look nasty, the intraday was actually decent on these days. So don't get fooled by the daily chart. But overall, I'm going to avoid watching these today because we just have such a great list to look at here. And CGC could be a possible as well. So again, guys, quite a bit on here. Let's look at FCEL, because I know there's a lot of talks on YouTube about this one here. And yeah, the pre-market activity looks great, guys. So keep an eye on this one. We'll do some levels for it. I'm not going to watch this one, but this looks like it wants to get going. It is not a low flow stock. It is a higher flow stock. It is a lower price stock, which is a little bit harder to read the level 2 and the price action, because again, you just get this jammed with bids and asks. So it's just a little bit more difficult to do that. If we go back towards the top above this 295 high of our pre-market, we do have some pops over here that look pretty decent. We have 448, and coming down here we do have 389 as well. So I think those are some 2 good levels to have as resistance for possible on FCEL. So if you're watching that, guys, definitely put those levels on your end towards the bottom. Highs and lows from the last 2 trading days and the previous day close, giving you some really good support and resistance. So let's see if we can squeeze above this 295 towards that 3 level. I think that'll be a nice squeeze if we can get above that. All right, guys, that is all we have. Andrew's going to come on now and finalize his list. Anything else that we missed, Norm? Anything else that you want to add? Checking on the chats as well.
Sorry, I was on mute. I muted when you guys were talking, and I forgot to take it off. No, I think you've covered pretty much all of it. I've got LK on my list as well. It's not really doing much this morning, but it has been moving pretty good on the daily, so that's interesting to me, and everything else you've got.
Yeah, it's definitely a good day. We have a lot. I mean, this list is too long for me even now. I still got to fine-tune this even a little bit more. So again, we'll see what Andrew puts on his list, or Peter and these other guys, and we'll come up with a nice list to watch today. Oh, Andrew has his list. Andrew has AMD, MU, CGC, RAD, and BABA. Thor is watching RAD, CGC, LK, AMD, Amen, RAD, Tesla, SAVA, and LK. Peter, Apple, RAD, CGC, and LK. So yeah, so again, guys, just great stuff. This is a great way to start the year, that's for sure. Okay, guys, thank you on YouTube for joining us. Again, tonight's a lifetime webinar, how to set day trading goals. So please join us. It's going to be fun. We got some good information for you guys. Take care. Trade safe on this first day of the year. Do not force it. If you're starting out, if you're going live for the first time, now, trade very small, guys. The best advice we can give you. Trade really small. Even if you come out break even with the commission, it does not matter. The key is to be in control of your emotions and not let your nervous and your emotions, the nervousness of going live for the first time. Your palm's gonna be sweaty, your back is gonna be sweaty. You're gonna be thinking about, am I doing the right thing? So just if you trade small, that can be controlled to a minimum. So good luck, guys, if you're trading live for the first time, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.
Yeah, thank you so much, YouTube guys. Hopefully you graduate from kindergarten and you come into the school. I mean, someone made a joke that kindergarten to be with you. No, thank you so much for coming. We're happy to contribute. And if you have any question, always email us, andrew@bearboottraders.com or team@bearboottraders.com. So something that I see interesting